All right, so I'm going to try a couple of other belts that I have that are the same length as that one. And you know, when you're trying to match a turntable belt, you're looking for the overall, right? So the length of the belt, and then also the thickness. All those can influence the speed. And CEC, they don't make turntables anymore, so you're kind of stuck with belts. And I've got belts, you know, purchased them before where it's for the same turntable, but the belts, they're not the same size. So it's kind of a see if we can figure it out type of deal. Oh, and I didn't look at that noise that this was making. I will have to look at that before I put the bottom on. See what that might be. So that was the arm returning. Let's see. Definitely too slow. And I do have a couple of additional belts in the package for the YP211. And then, because as far as I can tell, it's the same belt. It's the same size. I think this belt is going to be too thick, but it's just a tad bit smaller. But I think it's going to be too thick. So it may have a better speed at 33, but if I go from 33 to 45, it may do something weird. All right. Okay, so let's try this one. Yeah, see, that belt's not good either. Nope. I have one or two more of those YP211 belts. Okay, here's one. Looks like I just have one. We'll try this one next. And then we'll talk about a way to influence the speed a little bit and dial it in. Hopefully this belt seems a little bit tighter than the other one. Oh, geez, that was way off. All right. Yeah, see, so that belt's better. So 33.2 green. Good enough for me. So one of the ways that you can help regulate the speed, sometimes you can, this arm adjusts up or down, which I've never had. All it does is it moves the position of the belt on the pulley, which doesn't really accomplish anything. But the thicker the pulley is, right? So if the pulley's real thin, it's gonna result in the platter running more slowly. If this is thicker, then it will increase the speed. So you can take a little bit of clear nail polish, and what I do is I take the belt off, run the motor, take a little bit of clear nail polish, kind of wipe it on there, or kind of just touch the brush against it, and then I let it sit for 15 minutes, and then I put the belt on and I see how the speed is. The only problem with that is, and you can remove that nail polish later if you have to. Problem with that is it doesn't go on uniformly, so you get more wow and flutter because it's not, you know, it's not going to be the same thickness all the way around that spindle. But you can get the speed a little bit dialed in a little bit more. So let's look at what was going on with that noise it was making. And I think what I'm going to have to do here is prop this up on its side and kind of take this through that return process. And I just need to watch what happens here and what's making that noise. So if I hit the cut button, well, I hear it, but I can't see where it's coming from. Oh, it's up here. Is this plate right here? So here's the thing about that plate. If I remember correctly, that has to have some kind of grease on it. But you don't want to lubricate it because it has to be grippy. And I might also be able to I don't know if that's an adjustment or not. So there's a screw there. And that's not the right size. This is going to be one of those screws that, yeah, that's not the right size either. Oh no, it's where the Stewart pimple is. At least duals, they call it a Stewart pimple. So here's the plate, here's the Stewart pimple right here, and that's what's making that noise, which is good. That means it's gripping, but yeah. So sometimes you just kind of, and there was nothing on there, but there might have been some dirt, some debris on there. So now let's see what happens when we do it. And it's another warm day today. I'm not going to be spending much more time in the garage. Okay, so head shell. Head shell up. Power. I'm going to take it through a full cycle. Perfect and quiet. Turn yourself off. There we go. All right, time to put the bottom back on this and clean it up. I need to go polish the dust cover, and we're going to call this one good. All right, the bottom's been put on. Now it's time to kind of wipe the gunk off of this. See how dirty it is. And what's really cool about this particular one is, considering how it's been stored for the last 20 years, the vinyl veneer is actually pretty nice. They do tend to, I don't know if it shrinks or what it does, but you end up with these pinch marks around some of this. It's not metal, it's plastic, but where you have some of the controls. Yeah, it's actually not too dirty. So clean up really nice. Man, for $9.99, if I could find these for $9.99 today, I would buy every single one I could find. All right, well, I think you get the picture. I'm going to keep wiping this down. And then I'm going to go over polish the dust cover and call this one good. Play a couple records on it while I clean up my mess in the garage. So let me do that and come back and we'll see what the finished product looks like. Okay, so the dirt that came off of the dust cover. So here's something really cool. Now the tone arm is not on the record right now. It's popped up. I didn't have to polish this at all. Look how clean the dust cover is. That's without any buffing or anything. So I just wanted to show it to you before I buffed it, but I mean, that's incredible considering how this was stored, how clean that dust cover is, and almost scratch free. So let me go polish this up and I'll come back and show you the end result. Alright, so here it is with the dust cover polished. Oh, need to grab her. Oh, there it is. It's got a couple of marks there, but man, this thing cleaned up really nice. I mean, that is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So, finally, the last two, again, were atypical, but these were really, really nice. First two were not really, really nice. They were absolute nightmares that we can't pass on to someone else because they've got some pretty significant issues. So anyway, that's it for the Yamaha YP B4. So stay tuned. Got some more of these Goodwill find turntables coming up.